together, if we can respect the moment, we can see the good. And with the good, well, then you start to find the gratitude. And with the gratitude, if you can find gratitude for the moments together, well, it's easy to share that gratitude with the others that you're with. So please welcome the panel. We can share some gratitude together. I have gratitude. Thank you.
Jack, I want to say thank you. Thank you today for coming here. Thank you for doing this stream today. I have a lot of gratitude for you. You may not see it. You may see me as a bad person today, but tomorrow we should talk in private. I think you will see things a little differently, brother. Um, Beautiful intro. Beautiful intro. You started this out on a great foot. I want to say thank you to Mr. Emperor Unslaved for coming here on your name day. Cult member number 13. We've got cult member number 1, the OG, Scott 2B. He's got to be here, man. Got to be Scotty. And we got the new cult member 1001. Pineal Power, we'll say hi to you too. You got some kind of weird shit going on in the background, some like Nazi shit, and I don't know if Jack likes that. So I do still have the block button and the kick button at the moment. So be on your best behavior, otherwise I'll have to use that because I do respect Jack. So as I respect Jack, I would like to get into that topic of respect, Jack. And I've shown a huge display of disrespect today as a token of good faith to you in the show. I would like you to explain to the people how I have shown you disrespect and use me as an example to show others how you can forgive.
How about this? I think those who were witness, and for those who don't know, who may have just joined the stream here on this channel, there's been a longer stream and a longer discussion going on today. And so, Moose, as far as what you're saying, as far as an example, how about this? I think we recognize that there were signs of disrespect offered towards me today or received by me today, and there were reactions to those things from me. But as far as forgiveness, how about this? I'm just grateful for now. And thank you. Thank you guys, all of you. Paul, happy birthday. Thank you for sharing your birthday with me. Your born date, the date of your born, the date your breaths started. Thank you for sharing this day with me.
Did you say
And all of you.
breast or breath?
Breath.
I caught breast too. That's
Guys,
it.
in his defense, Jack hasn't touched a nice pair of breasts in a while, so we're gonna take him to the strip club one day if
Okay,
God
that's
says
where
it's
that's
okay.
coming from.
But yeah, so thank you, Mr. Enslaved, for sharing this day with Jack. This is my intention was for you to possibly bridge the gap and we could possibly get an alliance underway. As we know that you are the emperor of these lands, we would like to work with you towards better and bigger goals. Mr. Talcott actually does have really good goals, and I have had a very, very fun time being your producer, Jack. So I would appreciate it if you would retract the firing of me today and possibly give me another chance. I think we could work it out, and I'll even do the rest of it for free.
Tell you what, brother, thank you for tonight and today, and let's have a conversation tomorrow.
We can
You got it,
work
brother.
it out.
But continue
can-
on the Scotty. Hold on now. He's in the flow. Okay, so keep using me as a sign of disrespect, and let's get through this. Talk about it. How did it feel? How did I make you feel? How are we going to move forward? Because the people really want to know. The people have been watching for a while, Jack, and they really want to see you in the best light. And this is your moment. Like when you start talking and you get in your flow, that's when you truly shine. And I think we all appreciate the wise wisdom that you have to say.
Well, I mean, what I felt was no different than what others feel. When people that you care about or trust change directions, You know, all of a sudden someone disapproves of what you've done or what you said, and now all of a sudden, man, they're out to get you, out to prove you wrong. Well, that's kind of what I went through today. Many people have dealt with that. But what it is an opportunity for us to look at ourselves. Why do we feel an attachment? Why do we feel a dependence or a reliance? Why do we feel that trust? Why do we feel that respect? I mean, after all, my disappointment is my responsibility. It's based on my expectations. Everyone is free to be how they want and who they are, but admittedly, kind of different, maybe a little different than others. My mind really is blown. I've been quite honest and open about my story. I've said, hey guys, I think there's something bizarre going on. I say God a lot, and I think that's the result and the reason, but you know, so far, I'm the only one who believes I am who I say or what I am. I claim to be a nice guy who has a good sense of humor. Maybe I'm not as talented as some, but I actually know a lot. Maybe not as much as others, but
Jack, I don't think that's the problem, man. I think we do love you. I think we're here because we love you, and we think you do have things to say. The way we go about things is different than your tactics. I go, you know, if you've ever seen when I first started with Paul, for instance, I brought Zachary Hubbard, right, the infidel. I brought him over to the channel to be crucified. That was my first great instance of being on the metaverse, and just much like that, I've done the same thing here today. I've brought the master, the emperor, unslaved, and I brought him to you. And on his birthday, I've delivered him to you on his birthday. He's spending it with you, Mr. Jack Talcott, world famous, and that is something right there. He could spend it with anybody in the world he wants. He could spend it with Jennifer, but he's here spending it with you, sir. And so I think that means a lot about how he cares about you and wants you to succeed, sir. You might not see it yet, but I see it.
Agreed. That's some fucking love there, man.
And
what
to
I
top,
was,
sorry, go ahead.
thank you. What I was trying to point out, though, my frustration is I am just a messenger. I wish people cared about what I am saying because it's the what I'm saying is what makes me think I have value. It's not me. I don't give a fuck about me just like the rest of you. But I actually think what's within me has some power, and maybe even if people, maybe those suffering from addiction and stuff who really are in the misery that I used to live in, maybe they could be encouraged to listen to me, and maybe I actually think people could change their lives off of what I've learned.
Can I ask you something, Jack? If you expect other people to listen to you, why won't you listen to anyone else? You've not listened to one idea, concept, or anything presented by anybody yet to this day. Not one, with the exception of taking on Provo or Moose to help you in your background in producing. That's it.
Respond to that. Just clearly take a minute or two and respond to that and come up with
It's
a couple
false.
ideas.
Okay,
I'd say it's false is one thing, but come up with the ideas that you've used.
he claims not one idea has been accepted by me. Have you not heard me promoting many people, many channels? I promoted Paul. I promoted that John St. Julian. I promoted remember, I actually did one show where that's all I did was promoted other people that I've been learning and receiving information from.
Do you think there's
Okay.
a chance that you're
I'm not
under
talking
attack
about
so
helping
much?
others. I'm talking about
One sec,
helping
Wiz.
yourself.
Jack, do you think you're under attack by so many people that, like, when there are certain people close to you, that you might actually take it out on them a little bit, just a little bit? Um,
Sure.
okay, see,
I don't,
and I can
yeah,
accept that because you're a
I
human,
admit
dude.
that.
You're a human, or you're not a human. You're what is it, Wizard? Help me out here.
I'm human. I'm a
Man,
man.
he's a
No, you're not a
man.
hue of a man. You're a man. So, Jack, and I respect you. See, we needed this show to go on, right? And we needed you. You're literally the leader of the crew, right? See, Emperor Unslaved is the leader of his own crew, and now he brought his crew over here. You've been wanting to work with him for a while now, and I'm trying to get you guys to work together. And he's here. Is there anything that you might want to talk with him about? Maybe maybe discuss with him about the future, you know, because we do want to move past this, right? We want to move past the metaversal drama. We're not just drama. We have a message, and you want to get places. So I yield. Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you, but I don't know what you want from me.
I just want you to trust me. Trust me that I have your best intentions at heart and that we're actually going to make it somewhere and not give up.
Well,
You
I,
today I thought
I,
you were going to give up and that hurt my feelings because I put a lot of work into this just like you. And
yeah,
without the
and
front
then
runner,
you threw sabotage to it very,
no,
very,
it
very
wasn't
quickly
sabotage, sir.
too. Oh,
You
right.
you're the
See,
lead singer
okay,
of the
no,
band.
yep.
Okay, okay,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
going to believe all this was planned because what you're doing is egoic nonsense. You're speaking words trying to convince me to believe what you're saying is true, but I know the facts. I trust the facts more than your words. Were your words left out any thoughts of God? You're taking all the
I don't
credit of
speak for God, sir.
bringing
I don't
bring an
speak for God.
emperor unslaved here to be the hero of this day.
So here's where I have the problem, Jack. You're getting mad at me again when I'm literally trying to show you love and try to show you that I'm here for you and that I'm trying to help build you
Are
up.
those words honest,
They're honest,
or
dude.
are
You
they,
are like the singer
or
of
are
the
your
band, and I'm like the
actions
drummer.
self-serving like I've
Without the
been
singer, Jack,
observing?
the drummer can't do anything. Nobody cares about the
Hmm.
drummer, Jack.
Right.
Okay, everybody
All
cares
right.
about the singer,
Yes.
and you're the
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
You're
I
the front
recognize
man,
that,
Jack. You're the front man, and the
and now the
front
front
man
man just
has
left
walked
us.
off stage.
So Elvis has left the building, folks.
And that's an ungrateful man.
The Jack, come back, Jack, come back. Listen, hi, Jack. Hi, no, wait, that's what was done earlier. Hi, Jack. Um, listen, I think what is happening is the failure to realize what this is about right now, which is respect. And respect is given and it's earned. I often give it to people out of just my good graces. But if they ruin my respect, if they ruin my ability to respect them, all right, then they have to really work hard to earn it back. Now, and I can see where you might go, right? Right. But now listen. On the other hand, okay, if you're espousing yourself, and I'm not saying, let me go a different way. Let's just not, I don't want to pick
Oh,
your, I don't
gee.
want to pick your, if you're going to give respect, okay, and expect respect in return, okay, then you have to be willing to re-give that respect. You have to give the respect. You have to, and understanding what that means. And between you and Moose, between you and Paul, between you and Wizard, it's all a different fucking story. Every story is different, but they have common threads. Okay. And what is the common thread? You tell me. How do you feel that the three above you, all right, you're sitting in the middle with, I think you're Alice in the Brady Bunch scene, if I was correct. I'm not sure. So you're sitting in the middle running this fucking household of the Brady Bunch kids, the man and the woman. Here's a story. How are these three people on the top right here affecting you, and what do you think that you can make to make that more of a respectful exchange between the three of them? And you have to come up with the answer for all three of them, and I don't think it's the same.
Hey, Jack, can I jump in here?
There you go.
Let's be honest, this man has said respect so many times, no one knows what the hell it means anymore. Is that fair to say, Jack? I think it's fair. It's fair. Why don't we take the respect up front and we deal with the rights and freedoms afterward? How about that? I think that might work.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that. Well timed. Without respect for one another, how can there be morality? And if there's not morality, how can there be freedom? So shouldn't we be learning how to show respect for one another, as I was kind of explaining earlier, respecting the moment together?
What a damn good fucking point, man. Jack, this is why I told you to do this on respect. Out of anybody in the world, you are one man who knows about respect. And I respect that about you.
Thanks, but coming together, joining together, starts right now. I mean, the question of what's the similarities that Scott was getting at, I don't know why God brought me and us together. I've been quite open that I've prayed, I've gone within, I've meditated. What the fuck is this? Why have I been wasting or spending months dealing with ridicule and mockery just so I could hang out with Paul Unslaved? Just because I was crazy enough to think we could do something greater. Not for me, but for others.
Wait a second. Are you saying that you no longer have intentions of doing anything with Paul?
Well, yeah, it was 2 days ago I said I was done. I unsubscribed and I fucking walked away. And, you know, today with the birthday thing, I reconsidered my thoughts about, I was reevaluating that and going back. But then with the disruption and
Can you
interruption
imagine how
today,
alone a man must feel to want to spend his birthday with another man who feels so alone? Jack?
I spent Christmas and New Year's, it seems, with this group, and I
No,
told
I'm
everyone that
not.
this was my community, and yet this is, you've seen what the community has offered to me over the past several months. It's been
Yeah,
quite
it's
interesting.
ripped me raw. It's bent me over and fucked me without lube. So I've been there. I was there. You know, this pain is
Ouch!
still there. So Jack, I am no stranger to the metaversal beheading, the metaversal fuck. And yeah, I understand all about respect, and that is the reason why I even started with you. Because remember that day you showed me some signs of respect. Because for the longest time, Jack, you were saying, "Oh, Moose, you offer me nothing. You offer me nothing. You
Right,
offer me nothing."
Moose,
One day you
Moose,
woke up.
Moose.
Hold on, one
Here's the
sec, sir.
thing.
1 second. This is
Yeah,
a thing about
no,
respect.
I'm
One
about.
second. 1 second. I'm not saying anything bad about you. And so that day, I said, "Yeah, I'll work with you because you showed me a sign of respect. You seen something in me. You gave me the ability to be myself and do what I had to do. Now you
Right.
see, when you give me the creative direction to do what I got to do, sometimes you got to understand that it's not gonna make you happy. It's not gonna
No,
make you happy, and
no.
it's probably not what you wanted,
Yeah,
right? But when you
right.
wake up tomorrow and you see the numbers, and then you see the
No,
fact that there's actually people listening to what Jack
no.
Talcott has to say, like they're actually listening to the
You
words coming
really
out of
don't
Jack
give a shit
Talcott's
about what
mouth.
I say, do you?
No, I
You just
do.
want to keep talking, keep presenting your story. You don't give
See
a
that
fuck, do you?
I feel that as a sign of disrespect. I will yield
Right.
and I'll
I'm
give you
feeling
respect and let you
disrespected by
talk.
the fact that I'm telling you, no, you're wrong. And you're just going on and on and on as though I'm ignorant. And so I'm looking forward. We'll find out where the future goes tomorrow when you and I have a conversation. A conversation like I've been asking months to have. An actual
Wait
conversation
a
for the
second.
purpose
See, now
of
you're putting
discussing
lies because
what we are going to
because
do.
let me
See,
see.
your
When's the
lack of
last time I
respect
called you,
again.
Mr. Talcott?
What
Let's
makes
see.
you think you need to keep speaking over me?
Let's see. Well, because you're lying to people, and I have to set you
There we
straight.
go.
So
Run the show yourself.
7:32 p.m. I called you.
Oh
Sunday.
my God! What a fucking
Sunday,
clown! What a
5:21.
clown! I'm gonna here. You
What
are
else? What
not.
else other day?
Where are you?
Derailed.
You are not.
Wow.
You can't dethrone the king, sir. I am the king. We have the emperor with us, and you can't dethrone the king. I've taken over your kingdom until you can learn how to be a man. And when you can learn how to be a man and run your own shit, then you can have it back, Lord Talcott.
Hey,
But
there you
until
go.
then,
You're back to
you don't
disrespecting me again,
have the
aren't you?
respect. See, you didn't
Back
let
to
me have my 3 minutes.
disrespecting.
They give you 3 minutes in court.
Back to disrespecting me so quickly.
All right, Jane. Don't worry. I'll get you a box of pads for your transition soon, okay?
And
Have
now
you
we're
guys actually like met each other and talked to each other in person?
not yet.
No, if I met Jack in person, he'd try to fuck me. That's how much charm I have.
Holy shit. Jack,
Is
come
Sounds
back.
like a really heavy man is about to prepare a meal, folks. Quiet down.
All right, Jack, this is ridiculous. You were talking about respect. I started talking. You started talking over me, and then you want to act like me, still talking and continuing the conversation was a sign of disrespect to you, when you were disrespecting me. So maybe we should do last words, everybody. If Jack doesn't want to run his broadcast like a man, if he doesn't want to give the people what they want, if he doesn't have a work ethic stronger than a squirrel, then maybe.
Are you guys breaking up?
No, see, we broke up earlier, and now we're back together. And
No, it
so,
appears we are breaking up because look at his behavior.
Well, no, I'm looking at yours. He's being totally respectful. You're getting
Is he?
disappointed and they're turning around and
Really?
disrespecting him.
Oh,
Just like you're
really?
disrespecting me now while I'm
I
speaking.
am disrespecting you because I've seen little respect from you. You've
Yeah.
not presented as a man who's worthy of my respect or my care anymore.
Yeah, that's okay. I love you.
That's kind of
You're a
crazy,
liar.
man. He's tried to help you. I don't know how many times, man. I've been watching
Oh,
months.
really? Really? How many times has he gone out of his way to slander me? What's the other side of the story?
I mean, shit, man. That's tough love as far as I'm concerned. Fuck,
Tough
people do it to
love.
me.
Excuses enable ignorance. His behavior has been unacceptable, but it's okay. You're going to overlook it and actually say, I'm wrong. All right. You know what? God bless. This is
No, you're
fucking
both wrong.
hilarious.
You guys are wow.
Jack, don't leave me now, Jack. Come on, you're leaving me in the middle of a broadcast. If we have to, we can restart this thing. Come on. Come on back. I'll put the Talcott train. I'll put the music back on. We can redo this. Emperor, can you help me? Can you save me? Can you
Man,
send
all I can say is
reinforcements?
that's how us men do this shit, Jack. Sometimes we fucking are hard on each other. If you can't stand up and take it, you know what I mean? I know. Yeah, you're gonna shake your head and say, "Oh no, that's you shouldn't give people tough love." Well, guess what? It's a part of life.
Yeah, he's raised by
You're
mama.
you're a clown and you don't know the context of today. Let's deal with reality right now.
Well, tell
Tough
me what
love,
happened.
tough love. You think tough love is appropriate for some fucking stranger online? You're a clown, dude. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, online we want nothing but cupcakes. Fucking moron.
You see, that's the thing is I try to work with this man, but he keeps turning on me like a backbiter. You're supposed to talk respect with me, and I gave you the floor to show how I disrespected you. Use me as an example of disrespect, and then when I gave you a chance to show me respect, you showed me disrespect. And so it's like we're in a never-ending loop at this point until you
So
actually forgive me and let me be myself and you be yourself, and we move forward. We're never gonna actually move forward. We're just gonna keep doing this fucking loop for the rest of our
So
lives.
You're the
We're
one
Jack,
stuck
who
together,
keeps
dude. We're stuck
complaining
together.
about me and not allowing me to speak, dummy.
Hey, dummy. We can both be dumb at sometimes, okay?
How about you be quiet for a little bit, please? That's my frustration with you. You claim I'm disrespecting you, but you interrupted me and you fucking totally ignored the words that I've been saying again. It's like, what the fuck you're just in denial, trying to gaslight me, and I'm sitting here with like a bunch of people that are, oh yeah, that sounds right. It's like, what the fuck?
what did
No, no,
Wizard do
Jack.
today
Denial
that
is
pissed you
actually a
off?
river. It's a river. Denial, and
There you
it's
go, finding disagreements where none are necessary.
Wizard, what did you
look.
do to him today? You must have made him real mad. I missed it. 6 hours. I
J-
missed the 6 hours.
just started at hour one, brother. Jack, me and you are gonna make it through this, and we're gonna come back tomorrow, and you're gonna be like, dude, you were right. That was actually the best show that we've ever done, even though you didn't look the greatest. But if you turn the time back 2 days, or turn the time back yesterday, you'll notice that those aren't some of your best streams. Okay, you don't look the best in them, but you still get the numbers. You get the numbers, my man. And I'm trying to tell you, people are finally starting to listen to you. And you know, you're muted right now. You muted yourself, and now I can't hear you. So I can't hear you telling me to shut up. So I don't get it. Oh, you were respecting me. Thank you, Jack. All right, I yield. I get it. You are a master, master of disguise.
That must have really sucked when you couldn't be heard, huh?
You're a fucking idiot, dude. Hey, you wanted to know what? It's every chance he gets, he wants to take a little snipe, a little fucking insult towards me.
I
Every
will from
chance
now
he
on.
gets.
I will from now on, you little prick.
Yes, why break your patterns?
No, I
No
gave you a
reason
So,
to
chance
Jack,
on my
change.
show.
the
I gave you
people
a
of the
chance
crowd are
on my
curious.
show after
How
you
Well,
long is it?
well,
How
after,
well.
long is it,
after
Jack?
I gave you the opportunity to address the new issue above and beyond any anger issues, and you dropped me off your panel. I gave you the opportunity to come up on my channel or my panel, and I never blocked you or anything. I let you go the entire portion. You're the one that ran. Get it?
So what did he do, Jack? What did he do wrong today?
Did you just miss my explanation to you? Where I said, hey, cult member, I pointed to you. I said, that right there, the sniping at me. Okay, him bringing up shit from the past as his excuse to disrespect me, right? You don't see that. I mean, after I explained it to you, you literally asked me again.
I like hearing you, Loop.
Sometimes people don't get it, Jack, and that's the thing. You got to have a little more fucking patience with people who aren't getting it. You're not going to teach everybody the first time and them to actually get it like a fucking teacher who's teaching math. You don't go to math class and get your test on day one and ace everything. So just
What
take it
the
a little slower,
fuck
Jack.
are you talking for?
Yeah, you disappointed him again, Moose, and now he's going to disrespect you by
Well, what do you
interrupting
think
him.
you're accomplishing? Do you
Well,
think I needed your
Even City Hall gave you
instruction
3 minutes.
or,
Even City Hall
oh,
gave you
please
3 minutes.
forgive my
You
interruption of
have
me.
yet to give anybody 3 minutes without interrupting them. You insolent fucking bastard.
Hmm. Well, please, the floor is yours.
The
Go
kingdom
back
of
to you, Moose.
Talcadia is falling apart right here, and you're letting it, Jack. You're breaking down the walls here. You're basically torching your own castle. All right.
No,
So
I'm
I'm
sitting
here.
here allowing you fools to be foolish.
No, that's not
Yeah,
what you're doing.
I
What you're
am. You're
doing,
the one who keeps talking. If you guys use this
yeah, that's what I'm here
opportunity,
for. People come here to listen to
would
me.
you
That's the
please
thing,
shut up
Jack.
so I can explain what would be helpful?
Yeah, see, when you start learn how to get respect, I'm gonna take control of this show because he doesn't know how. Um, guys, when you learn how to have respect for each other, uh, that is when we get somewhere. You know, when someone is talking, you don't talk over them. You don't sit there and wait and chomp at the bit to try to say something. No, you listen to what they're saying and you respond. You don't react, you respond. So now I'm going to give the floor over to you guys, especially new people like Colt member number 13. I need to hear more from you because you haven't gone through the hazing when it comes to me, and we've got some places to go, sir. So tell us about respect.
Talking to me?
No, the guy next to you.
Yeah, just keep the mouth open. Keep staring at the screen. Oh, close
13.
mouth.
Yeah, calling number 13, aisle 13. Please check
See, we're
in.
gonna. He's got a
Oh
wow
shit!
under his name.
Like you
Yeah,
say, the
that's you,
first,
number 13.
yeah, man. The first thing of respect is you got to listen to what people are saying and let them talk. I mean, I've done that so far, haven't I? But yeah, I mean, I just don't understand what Jack's mad about today. I'm trying to figure that out and try to help him, but you can't help Jack. I guess he can only help himself.
Or help you. He can
Yeah,
No,
help
Jack
you.
can't help you. Jack is actually trying to help me be a life coach, and that's where I become his life coach. I'm trying to be a better man and coach him into a.
Jack, do you have
He's a
conversations like
fucking liar.
You
face to
see,
face with
that's the
people in
thing.
real
When you
You're
life?
start
not my
throwing me in the
coach.
bag,
You're a
Jack.
fucking liar.
No, I said I was an aspiring coach, and you were trying to take that out of context, Jack. See, that's where the disrespect comes in. I can show you
You
countless times where you
just said
disrespected your
that's why
producer.
I'm coaching Jack. You're a
Well,
fucking
yeah,
liar. You're not my coach. You're an insulting traitor.
no, you've got
Well, then
everything
why is he your
wrong.
fucking producer then, man?
He
You guys.
is not.
Oh, okay. Why has he got a wrench to your fucking place and can do whatever he
He
He's
wants?
still got
should
the
not
wrench, bro.
after today.
Why are you so
Whoa.
angry, man? I'm just asking
Because
questions.
Jack,
Go back and look at the last several hours, please.
yeah, he's
Dude, I
got a
didn't
wrench
even ban
because
anyone
Jack
from your chat
lost
like I did
control.
to Paul's, man. You're
No, I
having an
trusted the
aneurysm over
wrong
here.
man.
No,
I
you trusted
trusted
the
the
And now
wrong
wrong
you
person
man,
don't
and
because
he
you
have
didn't
has
trust
moved some
control.
yourself because you
power,
And now you don't
and
have
he's a
control.
manipulative,
And now you
backstabbing.
don't have
no
control.
respect, Talcott.
Yeah, you're
No
right.
respect.
You're right. And look at you fucking clowns.
Yeah, see, you don't even have respect on your own show to show up and actually present yourself as a present.
It's probably why his family left him too.
So
Ooh,
he's gonna keep playing
observer.
games.
Here
I know
we
I'd be pretty upset if
come.
you're my dad.
Walk down the street. Getting plenty of stuff. Come on, Donald Dump.
Take us away, Jack.
Isn't that the Jan spot? Marsha.
Please, Father. Please find forgiveness.
Do that shit in private, motherfucker.
That's fucked up. Holy shit. Stop. All right,
You're a
Jack.
fool, wizard. You are an absolute fool.
Really. You're the blasphemer. The scripture
No.
tells us to pray in private, motherfucker.
Hey, you're a
Why can't
false
you laugh,
accuser.
Jack?
Your judgment is flawed. Why? Hey, I take fun things fun. I take God pretty seriously.
No, you
I
don't.
didn't say you didn't, sir.
The fuck you do.
I take my life pretty seriously.
Brothers and sisters and both.
Maybe we should go to Baba Trump. He's got the
I was
answer.
actually trying to do that for you, but you hit the right button for me, Jack. All right, so we're going to take this back to respect, guys. You guys obviously don't know how to respect Jack, and so I would like Jack to tell us how we can respect him better. But before Jack goes, I want to hear one more word from Trump if we can. I'd like to hear a happy birthday for Mr. Paul Enslaved out there. It is his name day, and then we'll get back to Jack. It's all about Jack.
No, I don't think I will. No one can compel me to do anything. But if I were Jack, I might go to StreamYard's help center and report fraud, maybe shut his own channel down. Instead of sitting here and arguing in an inane way, if he had self-respect, the only type of respect that matters, you would get off of this program. You would have a quiet evening to yourself, report the fraud, and stop this shit. Good luck, Jack. Really, good luck.
Donald, this is Ivanka from the grave. Shut up.
Those might be the wisest words I've heard from Trump.
That's the dumbest shit he's ever fucking told you. You're about to be making money. Your
No,
account is going up.
it would
and he
absolutely
wants you to shut it
accomplish
down.
what I want, which is an evening of fun and joy and delight. You fucks don't want to offer me that.
Oh,
And,
alright,
you
well,
know,
I'll
I
leave so
could
you can leave.
finally actually report and address this fucking fraud you have created, Moose.
Wow. Now you're making allegations.
This
and I have-
intentional disruption of my channel, my life, that
No.
you instigated. You want.
See,
Jack,
I'm not gonna
calm
let you
down,
do
Jack.
that, Jack. You're absolutely
Well, I
acting
think
like
it was a good
monster again.
idea. Maybe I will figure out how to report your ass and find out what options are available to me.
And when you do that, I'm going to come back after you 10 times harder because I delivered on my promise to you
Yeah,
every
did
single
ya?
time, Jack.
Did you? I'm talking specifically about I removed your access and yet you found your way back.
Oh, because you didn't end the stream, dummy. Dummy.
Very
Once you end the
good.
stream, I don't have access. I told you that 3 times already.
Well, and so
I was
like
trying to help you
Trump
out.
offered, I will go report that and this stream, which I guess is on Paul's stream and in a cult experiment with 23 thoughts.
Snitches get stitches.
Hey, you know what? No one gives a
Jack, you
fuck
might want to
about
think
what I
about that
want.
karmic.
So maybe I won't give
thing
a
you're gonna
fuck
ask
about what
yourself to
you
get.
want. How about
That's
that,
fine.
little bitch?
So
You want
you're
to
gonna
see some
take all of our
respect?
channels down just so
Hey,
you can
you know
can
what?
feel good.
Jack, slow down.
You know
Slow-
what? Why
Hold on,
shouldn't
buddy.
I? Why
Jack.
shouldn't I?
Praise
Oh,
Lord Talcott.
Jack.
He's
Hold
got
on.
his Talcottian kingdom back. I
No, you know
move.
what? I follow the truth. God revealed an idea to me through a messenger. I love everybody. And through the moments of time, God reveals my path. And that sounds like a good idea. I do want a good evening alone with God, with the trust that Moose is not part of my stream anymore. And since I can't figure out how to get Moose to
I thought
leave
we just
until
said
he
no.
leaves,
No,
I
hold
guess
on,
I'm
Jack.
stuck here.
No, hold on one sec. I thought we just talked about this earlier. We were going to talk about it tomorrow.
Right.
And we
You
were
can
going to get on the
leave
phone.
today.
But I thought we were talking
I'll
about
feel
respect
better
today.
when you leave today, and we can talk tomorrow and we can figure it out. I mean the entire stream. I don't want you back in this room or on my live streams. I don't want you with access to my StreamYard.
That's
Like
fair.
Trump says, you're fired.
Now that he has said that vocally that he does not want Moose to be part of the production. I will bow my head and I will say, I'm sorry, Jack. I will not work for you until tomorrow when I call
Pray for
you
God's blessing.
and we fix everything.
We can talk tomorrow should
'Cause
God
Pray for
awaken
God's
us.
blessing.
But that's the thing, Jack. I
And
don't
should
understand
you
why we
actually
have to
follow
wait until
through and
tomorrow.
create the opportunity, we'll see what you do.
Didn't I call you earlier today? I was trying to talk to you and you hung up on me. I was trying to tell you this is all a bit, and then you're churning on me here, Jack. So if you really want me to leave, or we could really do this the
I
rest
really
of the
want
show.
you to leave.
Emperor Unslaved, is that what you want? It's your birthday. Go ahead. Give me the thing. Oh, I mean, Jack wants me to leave. All right, everybody. Jack Talcott has said he wants me to leave his StreamYard, and so as an honorable man, I'm going to leave the StreamYard and put Jack back into control.
Very interesting. What a fucking day, huh, Jack? What a day.
God writes some mysteries.
Well, the script, I mean, if you understand what just happened,
I understand more than most people realize, Scott, and I assure you, I understand far more about what happened today than you might, and definitely more than what Moose thinks he does.
was there any breakthroughs?
There was truth revealed, and I'm always on the path for truth. I pay attention, and there was many things said, many things revealed today in between the chaos. But as far as breakthroughs, I saw a bunch of egoic men in denial, defending and making excuses to continue their patterns of behavior. I saw little interest in trying to change, only in trying to be right.
Is that all you saw?
I saw some words of care. I saw actions and efforts of care behind the scenes today.
What were you looking for?
You know, today, honestly, Scott, thank you. What I was hoping for today, because I woke up a little bit challenged in my head again. I first reached out to people here in town trying to break the pattern of isolation with some lunch, but didn't get any responses there. So I started reaching out to other people I've met online. Ended up with me and Mexican Jesus having a conversation. And my idea was actually really hoping that me and him, that I could make a breakthrough with him, or that God might allow Aaron to join. Aaron's the guy I spoke with last night. So I thought if Aaron and I, two hearts of Christ together, we might be able to break that delusion that Mike is dealing with.
What does that mean to you when you say two hearts of Christ? What is exact? Can you just define that a little bit? And you don't have to go in depth, but what do you really mean?
Two men of faith in God, with love, care, genuine care and love for another person.
Okay, but when you say Christ, that's just a loving being. That's a loving, caring being. But Christ was someone very specific that stood for very well, let's just talk as it is, controversial positions. He stood against the authority. Period.
Well, in the context of what I was saying, Scott, in my hopes for today, I had hoped that Aaron and I, or that two of us, might be able to have a conversation with Mike. And then honestly, I was considering the idea maybe Mike and I could go, or the idea was initially Aaron and I maybe visit Paul on his birthday, because I do love the man and admire him and want him the best. I hope we can find ways to communicate, but I'd given up. But today I was trying to encourage myself not to give up, to still find reasons and ways to move forward. And I was figuring out my production stuff without Moose. Perfectly content with continuing on. So my hopes were for today were to actually, and then when Paul and his dad happened to be here, I thought, holy crap, maybe this is an opportunity. Because honestly, that was a present I wanted to try and find a way to offer to Paul, is for his father to find a way to offer his father back to him. And for Paul to accept his father back.
You might have done a little bit of that, so don't sell yourself short. You got him talking. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's
Applaud
not my
yourself.
place.
Hey.
Well, Scott, I've learned even more that what I have is only available for those who want it. And until someone asks, all I do is cause resentment and backlash.
You ever listen to
I'll
the
try
white
to help
ape?
him.
You ever listen to the white ape up in the corner? He's not talking for a while. He's being quiet. He's probably getting his fucking blowjob or something for the fucking birthday. Good for him. But you ever listen to him?
Yep.
What does he say? He's very, very quick to say it's not about him. Or he's quick to say it is about him, isn't he? Okay. He's just as quick as he says it's not about me. He doesn't want to take credit for shit. He doesn't care about that. He's just as quick to say it is about him. That when he's picking on you, he's picking on himself. He sees his own shortcomings. Okay. Do you realize that?
Well, I do, but this is the point. What I learned is to stop beating me up. And if Paul would see the good in me, he could learn to see the good in him. And if he saw more of the good instead of the critical,
He does.
Show us the good in you. Tell us about the good in you.
You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. I'm always wrong.
I didn't say you're wrong. Who said
No,
that?
cult member says I'm wrong.
Don't listen to him. Leave him alone. Leave him
What?
alone.
He doesn't see any good in you, Jack? What do you mean? How doesn't he? He's here right now with you on his fucking birthday.
That's not what I said. You disagreed with your thoughts, not with what I said.
Okay, well, reiterate what you said then, Jack. Would you, just so you can clarify for Cult 13?
Well, Paul doesn't. It's the same egoic pattern. Okay, this is just typical ego. What ego tends to do is look for the negative. But this pattern of judgment starts with the self-judgment and then it carries over to others. So the pattern of the ego is always looking for the flaws, for the negative, for the problems. Well, the spirit is that which is good. And what I said was, Paul is seeing a mirror of me, and it's triggering, and it's causing confusion and disagreement, and it's bringing up a lot. But he's not the only one. I've said this regularly.
So you want people to only talk about your good sides and what the good things you're doing. You don't want them to say anything negative about you at all.
Do you understand? It's not about me. It is about the power of words and about God. God is the good. Do we want to seek the problems, the negativity, or the good?
Okay,
let's focus on the good. Be aware of the problems, recognizing that we can work together, not bring out the problems and just focus hours and hours on problems. If we're going to address the problems, bring it up with the intentions of resolve.
Jack, I don't want to. I mean, and I don't want to shoot the whole conversation in the foot here, but there's problems are fucking a dime a dozen. They're everywhere.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yet we have miscommunication, a fucking derailment of your show, a couple things. So you have your own problems right here. So without fixing your problems out, front of you, right front and center right now, forget about the rest of the world and trying to spread God's message, which none of us truly have. I mean, we all believe we have God's message, and that would probably make sense that it's a good message. We would want to believe that our deity is a kind and loving, caring God, but we've also learned he's a jealous, envious God, and he doesn't want us putting any other gods before him.
Wait, Scott, please, for the love of God. God is something I have studied. Okay?
Theology, because God comes
No,
in many different forms. All right?
Scott,
Well,
right.
tell me.
Scott, God is love. Stop believing the fear-based nonsense about God is angry and jealous. Those are partial truths. Don't get fucking hung up on that. God is love. Love, unconditional love.
Okay, then
With,
there's a lot of things that you've got me confused about. All right, because I don't think that's the message we see totally in the Bible. All right.
well, I'm happy to explain, but if you want to just imagine disagreements all day, then that's not productive.
No, I would rather you kind of substantiate your position on this. God is
Okay.
all about love. If he
Well, what did
was,
Jesus here? Jesus was the example. Jesus was the example of a man with unconditional love, unconditional with divine faith, divine mercy, divine compassion, and with grace, right?
so
But
Jesus was the example of love, and God is all about
yeah,
love. Then explain Noah and the flood. Explain Abraham and Isaac. Explain a
it
fuck
was all for the purpose of us learning collectively and individually experiencing.
lot of
But the
violence.
only thing that matters, Scott, the only thing that matters is right now. Because right now is the expression of love that God has generated for us to experience and share together. God brought us together.
The
We thought
world,
we chose.
the world's chaotic sideways as fuck. I mean, just literally
Right.
sideways.
Right, because it's generated through the thoughts of mind, and the human mind has been chaotic and has been conditioned to have habits of anxiety and fucking anger and all this bullshit.
Hey, Jack, have you ever taken mushrooms?
Yes,
Like a hero dose?
I've taken enough to explore. Yes,
How long ago was that?
I don't know.
Dude,
What
if you don't
the
remember
fuck
the
is
last
a
time you took
hero doors?
shrooms, that means it's time to take another one, another trip.
I'd agree, but without human beings in my social life, well, I suppose I could try and figure out how to order, but
What's a hero dose? What is that?
I think that's 5 grams or more, is it not?
Yeah, I think an eighth is a pretty good dose, but yeah, hero's dose is like enough to make you. It
Trip
changes you.
balls.
Yeah, it changes you for real.
Dude, I
Yep.
grew up with a guy who used to eat them straight out of cow shit. It was unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey, I've explored consciousness. I've studied it, and yeah, I've experimented with a few different things, but that's what I know is the power of our minds, the power of words. Okay, words are the symbols that carry the meanings, and the meanings carry the power, right?
Are you
The
aware that
words were just ideas. That's all we are. We got to stop fighting and start figuring out how to bring the ideas together.
you got Wizard telling you all about words, and when he tells you that, I think I've witnessed more than once you shut him down because you're like, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. And I think that if you understood the words that you're speaking sometimes a little bit, well, no, hold on. Let me ask you, okay? When you say you understand the words that you speak, are you well versed in them? Do you realize there's a parse, syntax, grammar out there that says the language we're speaking is backwards and upside down and illegitimate, period? I mean, it just doesn't make sense on its face. And that's true for many, many reasons. Like, just let's take, for example, the word level. How many different meanings is there for the word level? It could be a level, an actual tool. I could be on the level with you. Something could actually be level, which you would use a tool to level it, and then you could draw a line, and the line would be level. The road could, so what our line, and here's what I'm describing. English is a second language for people around the world. It's one of the most difficult languages to learn as a second language because we speak Babel. When I was talking to Paul's dad earlier, I was trying to explain to him that maybe his son knows a little more than he does. And sometimes it's hard to put aside our ego and say, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to. This is something that makes a little more sense if I parse it out. If I look at the etymology of the word and realize defendant, well, D meaning sands or no, fendant meaning fence or borders. So be a defendant means you have no fence or borders. How the fuck are you defending anything? You want to be a fendant so you can fend off things. Just look at the simplicity of the words. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, Scott, but kind of like when Wizard goes off on his tangents of words, there really wasn't any relevance to what I mean, maybe I mistook it, but did you have relevance to me or to this?
You're espousing words. It's about
Right.
words. We're all about words. And I'm
Okay,
saying,
so
well,
did you?
if we are all about words but don't understand them, then what the fuck is the message there?
Right. I understand fully the words that I speak. What I don't understand is the lack of understanding from others. Okay, people want to say they don't understand me, but they really ask me no specific questions. They just offer their disbelief and their opinions. And so, I mean, kind of I felt like you brought up my dismissal of Wizard for a reason. It's something many people judge me for. He does.
I think he's a student of the Bible, and I think he's
Well,
judged based
you're
on
right.
that.
He knows a lot, but here's the problem. What I also recommend people consider, what I've spoken about myself is the power of silence. Okay. Now, our egos, they understand, our ego subconsciously knows the power of words. It is the Antichrist. So to feel power, it likes to speak. I've been trying to speak not for my ego, but because I feel my words, if understood by others, would be helpful. Now, I receive a lot of words that don't seem to have any intentions.
Oh my! Now, Jack, you got to stop and you got to take a long, long, hard look at that. If you're not going through these streams and listening the fuck back to this stuff, then you might be missing something. I suggest you get a notepad. I suggest you take some time and go listen to these streams.
What do you think I missed? What do you think I missed?
Man, there's too many hours to go over all this shit.
No, but what do you think I missed? Because I'm suggesting that maybe it wasn't me who missed something. Maybe it might be you who has missed some of the things that I've been saying. Okay?
Jack, if it's all about the words, what are the words? You said it's all about the words. We are the words. Instead of saying we are the world, you said we are the words. So master that statement for me.
I can explain.
Take that home.
I can explain all my words when given opportunities to speak, but here's the importance. Pink, yes. Thank you for the question. Have I thought of pursuing being a pastor, involving myself more in theology? Yes, I have. Within, I have dedicated myself to a pursuit of the divine. Okay, I mentioned I was prepared to enter into monastic studies a couple years ago. I've considered becoming a student in the traditional theological systems, but I'm also been reaching out to church leaders, okay, because what I've been sharing is it's truth, it's wisdom, it's love. It is the truth of God's love that I'm offering. I'm just offering perspectives of what I am experiencing And, well, what comes through me? Love requires no words, and love is our God. The words are for us individuals to find the definitions and meanings, to create our own understandings of God and who we are. I'm sorry, what?
I said it almost, you're getting back into the word salad, Jack, and I'm not trying to be rude. I want you to understand what I'm asking for you to do is get a little more depth with, rather than this surface level. We're about love and we're about words and it's about hugging each other and come on, man. The world's a lot more fucked up than this.
What questions can I answer? Because I know what I'm
How are
saying.
you going to
It's not
save?
word
How are you
salad.
going to hold on? How are you going to save people from the foster system? How are you going to save kids that their families are being broken up? The school
Hey,
system.
Scott, how about let's just worry about what's here and now, not what's off in our imagination. We can run off and imagine all sorts of people
You're
that
the
I'm
one that
not
wants to
hurting,
go to the
helping right
UN.
now.
What's your point of going to
How
the
about
fucking
come back
UN?
to right here and now?
Well, I get that, but I'm saying
Okay,
you have a grandiose
right here
idea.
and now. Hey, Scott, right here and now, rather than taking us off on what you remember, I want to get to the UN and I want to do a lot of things, but let's stay here and now, because I feel like I can answer your questions if you offer me questions instead of just the insults that I'm giving. What was it? Word salad or something? I mean,
Okay.
I can explain the words. Love. What do you
Why did Jesus die?
To teach us? So God could teach us the immorality that was throughout the land, and so that God could reveal the truth to us. And I don't know, maybe there was a divine connection with this Holy Spirit. There was something that happened through that story and through the evolution of time that brought us to here. All the past is for lessons, including our own past. It's just lessons and memories that brought us to here. And here being today, this moment, this breath that starts our life
Why
all
did
over
Jesus
again,
die? Why did Jesus die?
to teach us
What did he teach
ultimate
us?
sacrifice. Jesus Jesus walked and stood up teaching the people freedom and natural
What is
law.
John 3:16? What is John 3:16? It's the most popular verse in the Bible. What does it say?
It's important to you. You've brought it up on many different occasions.
I've never brought this up ever with anybody on this metaverse.
Maybe it
First
wasn't
time.
you then. Maybe it
No,
wasn't you.
never brought it up.
Isn't that the one that Brady, the football player, was promoting?
Well, I don't think so. Oh, well, you talking about the
Anyway, I'm sorry. Please remind me the 316. I should know.
for
I should
God
know. But
for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, for that he who believes in him shall not perish, but have life everlasting.
hmm.
Okay?
He who believes in love shall know eternal life. And
So
love
Christ,
is without condition. God's love, the love of Christ, that which is the example
God
for us
puts a
to
lot of
follow.
conditions on his love. God puts a lot of,
According to you and according to maybe what you've heard, but I am telling you from experience and from my own education that God's love is without end, without condition. The forgiveness that was given and told and taught through Christ is the forgiveness from God. We can forgive ourselves. Man can forgive. We must choose forgiveness by finding mercy, for finding the good, finding reasons to respect one another.
what do you have to do to obtain that forgiveness that Jesus perished upon the cross for? You
You've got
is
to,
it just freely given to you, or do you have to have something in order?
well,
What do you have to obtain Jesus's forgiveness of your sins? His blood
how,
shed for your sins.
how about number one, I'm not sure which is first, the belief or the opportunity. Because if you don't have a belief, you have no opportunity. And if you can't believe that you could be forgiven, if you can't believe that the love of God could find forgiveness for you, then maybe you won't. But the man of Jesus, the example of Jesus, was that message that if God was here as a man, that is what God would show, is just generosity and delight in giving, in offering healing and offering inspiration, in sharing the truth. That's what God would be if God was a man. And then in the end, so they say, offered absolute mercy and forgiveness and love. For it was love of, it was, Jesus knew he was what he was doing, I assume, so the story goes, he knew he was
You
going to
realize hold on. I want you to realize that there's a lot of assuming. So you say what Jesus was doing, I assume. So take that to heart and understand that you're espousing an assumption, and it's okay to do that. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing, not at all. Because the masses are doing the same thing. Nobody was there. Nobody had the fucking writing, and they wrote it down. And this stuff was all written 100 and fucking some odd years later. Some of it, I mean, some of it within 80 years or so. But so there's a lot of confusion. But what do we believe is divine, and what do we know that seems to kind of dovetail with the other stories? Okay, so
and
what did Jesus die for? We said for our sins. Okay, so we forgiven and whatnot. And what do we have to do to be forgiven? Go back to John 3:16. It says, "For he who shall believe in him." So we have to believe. All right. But actions speak louder than words. And you're saying it's all about words. I think that Wizard's trying to point out that your deeds make a lot of difference. Okay. And words without deeds are like empty promises. You can tell me anything you want. All right. And I can believe you. But if I believe you're going to give me $100 back, if I send it to you, I'm likely going to write it off before I believe it's going to come right back. Okay. Not saying you indifferent to anybody else. I'm just saying that people oftentimes that need the money, they don't have a lot of options to give it back. It doesn't make it easy for them. So, and if they think you've got more than they do, then they automatically go, well, you don't need it. So, fuck, they're going to buy the next ticket to whatever they want to do. So, do you look down on them? No, I don't think you look down on anybody. You start looking for that forgiveness. What do you want forgiveness for? For our sins. Where do we get it from? From Jesus. Why? Because he shed his blood for us. Okay. Now, if the truth is not that, and this is just another story, we go back to the epics of Gilgamesh, and we talk about another story of 12 apostles and a Christed being and all this. Oh, there's several stories like that. Maybe God keeps replaying this so each section or section of society or whatever generation or I don't even know what I'm saying. Group of people get another fucking thing, something to believe in. I think we all need something to believe in, and that's what I'm going to stop here and let fucking anybody who else is out here, or maybe you can wrap things up and call up Moose or whatever. But that's what we are all trying to be for others and for ourselves, something to believe in. Don't you want to believe in yourself, Jack? That's important.
I
Yeah.
do believe in myself, and this is the problem I have.
Trying to make other people believe in you.
You and others want me to not believe in myself,
I didn't
to
necessarily
believe that I'm wrong for what I say, or that I'm not saying things well enough. So if the topic tonight was respect, to see the good, to see what is potential, to see what is of value in another, is to show respect. Now, I can honestly say I've received very little respect. There's been moments where I've been allowed to share what I know. And here, you, to tie back to the Bible, man, here's what I know. I've said this as clearly as I possibly could many times before. Somehow, by God's grace, I found my way to the way of Jesus. And I've explained that my path of learning God first was through science, and then the meditative practices and thought philosophies of the Buddhas and yogis, then to lead me to the love of the Christ. And so the Live Without Fear was inspired by the Bible, and I don't care what any of you think of what I have or have not accomplished so far, because the past brings us to today, and my faith is in God. I have no more faith in any of you anymore, especially Moose after today. I mean, it's been proven that my trust and faith in my judgment and my trust and faith in others has been misplaced. I thought I could find a way to communicate with Paul.
Who
Convince
says you
him to
can't?
see me.
Who says
Well,
you can't?
the facts, Scott,
Wait,
the
wait,
facts
wait, wait,
show
wait.
that he has not bothered to see me with respect. He today has enjoyed the birthday with insulting and Moose mocking and disrespecting me. So let's not be in denial about facts.
I think that you made yourself an easier target by taking it personal.
Ah,
And
there
I
you
think they were,
go.
hold
Shift
on.
the blame again. There
I'm
you
not
go.
trying to shift the blame.
Yes, you are.
Okay. If you believe that, then that's your truth. Okay. But wisdom would have you believe something different if you were to look at it for what it is. I think that Paul has been clear about his intentions all along. He comes in, he has his fun, he pushes, and he's not even worried about you getting famous or
Right. He
pushed
doesn't
ahead of
care
him.
to help what I'm doing.
No,
He
I think
doesn't
he's helping
believe
you
that
without you
wars can
knowing it.
end. And Scott, this is the problem with you too. I don't know why it's so difficult to get anyone to even consider the idea of wars and debts actually ending. Because I'm convinced that's the only way humanity can fucking continue. But you're right. Paul's been clear about his intentions with me, putting clown faces up and mocking what I say as recently as just a couple of days ago. And this morning, I'm sure. So,
Jack,
hey,
can I tell you something? Give me
Scott,
just a
let's
second.
accept the facts. This is the story God is revealing. What you guys each choose to do is up to you. I know who I am and what I've said. I
Jack,
love you all.
Jack, can I tell you something honestly? What
Please.
you don't realize, and I don't think you're paying attention to, is good press, bad press, any press is good press. So even if they're talking bad about you, they're not talking about somebody else. You're getting talked about. Your stock goes up. Moose was trying to point out that the fucking viewership's going up. I don't know what you understand about marketing. All right. Are you going to play? Listen, here's the edge. Okay. What's his name? Snafu was talking about the WWE. All right. They've been just fucking chaos and mayhem ever since the inception of it. Back when it was WCW, when it was Georgia Wrestling, all the different fucking factions. It's chaos and mayhem. It's baby face and heel. Okay. So if you don't understand the dynamics of good cop, bad cop, if you don't understand what you guys have been portraying here, if you don't understand that you can flip it on any given day if you just pay attention to what you're doing, and you can become the baby face. You're muted.
Scott, why don't you consider the fact that this good cop, bad cop, it's a bunch of bullshit nonsense that wastes our time while wars and oppression are continuing?
You already bought into it, though. You're already playing the game, and if you want your message
So
to
see, there
carry,
you go. You don't want to consider, but you're right.
oh,
You're
well,
right.
what are you going to do
I'm
about wars?
wrong. You're right. I'm wrong.
Oh, you're right. Okay, you're perfectly right. So let's go ahead and let's arm up and let's go fight the war in Ukraine. Let's go ahead and let's start getting out of the streets and do anything to fight the war right now. What are we going to do? How does that? How do we bring that to central fucking perk right here and come up with a solution for there's war everywhere rather than coming up with a solution about you getting along with Paul or Moose? You realizing that it may be for your own good, the betterment of your brand if you're going to create a brand for yourself. Good cop, bad cop, be whatever cop you want, but don't be a cop that just runs away from the fire or the accident or the felony in progress. Go kick some ass, be the bad cop, steal the money, take it from the fucking church plate. I don't care. But show up. Do your best to show up. I think you've done that too, but do you want to just end it on a fucking on an I give up note? I mean, I don't know what to say. I wish you the best, brother, but you got to come to that realization that, well, it's all about, I think you say it's about love, and I think it's a little more about trust.
Hey, Scott. I love you, brother. I'm going to take back over control for the rest of the time. And that means that we're about to wrap up. So I encourage you, you've been speaking a lot, Scott. Go ahead and offer some final words. And if Paul is still around, we'll have a conversation. But I'm going to wrap this up tonight. I've had enough.
Well, I wish him a happy born on date, and as soon as birthday or the slave date will come up, and I hope he celebrates that too. Lets us all know about that. With you, Jack, I know that some of this, I heard a lot of it, and I didn't agree with some stuff that went on. But again, I think that there might be some good old-fashioned locker room ribbon going on. I played ball when I was younger, and several
It's
sports.
not appropriate, regardless of what you want to call it.
10-4,
It's not
10-4,
helpful.
10-4.
It's not productive.
10-4. I'm not
And it
disagreeing.
wasn't welcomed.
10-4. I'm not disagreeing. Okay, but there was a bit of a fucking sideways bit going on, as way I saw it. And maybe I'm wrong to see it that way. I think they took it because it was it's a hostile takeover. I played with that a little bit myself, and it was funny. I mean, as far as looking back,
Was it funny?
if you
funny
can
for
look at
you,
it,
Scott. Yeah, you don't care about my reputation. You don't care about my channel. This shit was a lot of fun for you, wasn't it?
It's
Can you
nothing
wrap
that
up
hasn't
some final
happened.
words, Scott?
Well, I will, and I do apologize if you're getting upset over what I'm saying, but I will tell you this. It's not much different than other things that have happened here before. So if you're taking a lot of offense to this today,
You think I appreciated it before?
well, I'm not saying that, but I mean, if you're just going to
You
take
don't see
today,
me trying to change what we've been doing? You didn't notice the intentional effort to change? Kind of like Moose didn't see it, right?
things have been going better in a
All right.
bunch of
How about
arenas
last
all over the
words,
place.
brother?
Hey, look,
Last
thanks,
word?
man. I hope you have a good evening. Peace, bro.
You too, man. God bless. I'm not sure who else is here. You guys have anything to say? Cult member 13, period. Going once. Going twice.
I think we should have a celebration. Festivities should commence for the Emperor of the UNSLAViA Kingdom, I think is in order.
What celebration do you think is appropriate?
His quote-unquote born day, as some might say. I wouldn't know many people if it weren't for him, so just to give credit where credit's due, I am grateful to know you, sir, and I have to be grateful to him for such a I don't know about that, truther community. I don't know about that, sir. Mr. Mitch. That is Mitch. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, it seems to be the consensus that my time and efforts have been a waste of time. Obviously, not of value without the chaos and fucking nonsense that Moose was bringing. Apparently, Paul and Moose are the only ones to be credited for what has been growing with me. It's quite fucking fascinating. So, yeah, great day for celebration, Sean. Thanks for joining the celebration and fun. Birthday boy, you still there? Birthday boy? Yeah. I'm going to kick you, Sean. I'm going to kick you, Paul. I guess that probably cancels those who were watching over on Paul's channel, I'd assume. But for those who joined for me for this channel, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Interesting day today. Over 7 hours of what started out as a private conversation. Praise God. Sometimes those are the only words I can say in order to keep my own self-respect, to keep from lashing out. And I say some things in anger, but believe it or not, I hold myself back quite a bit. And personally, I'm not ashamed of how I've represented myself, especially considering the totality of the situation that, well, within the context of what I know. I know some people have been quite disrespectful towards what is true, towards what is loving, what is kind, towards what is nurturing, what is caring, what is helpful. I know people have been blind, and people are blind because of confusion, habits of egoic confusion. And I truly believe that may happen when we don't show respect to God. Because what is God? God is love. You start making excuses to push love away from you, relationships, family. Maybe you make excuses to hold yourself back from greater success, achieving greater things career-wise, health-wise, and relationships, fulfillment. Don't hold yourself back, because love is what's important. It's what makes us grow. It's what makes us full of life, full of care, full of joy, inspiration. All the good things in life come from love. And without love, it's like we become blind. We become blind to that which is good. And I spent a lot of years like that. It's a dark place to be. It's not comfortable. And I know that hurt people hurt people. I've seen a lot of confused and hurt people, but they don't admit or recognize that they're hurt or that they are hurting people. Because what hurts people, ourselves and each other, is when we disrespect what is true. The truth, man, the truth is the only thing that matters. Tell you what, my life changed when I committed myself to becoming honest. Perfectly honest, the best honest that I can absolutely muster. Ridding myself of excuses and blame, accepting full responsibility for everything I encounter. I'll accept responsibility for today. I could have taken steps to avoid, to moderate, maybe even to just walk away from the chaos of today. But obviously, within me, I allowed it. I accept responsibility for everything in the world. I mean, honestly, I believed I could become a part of changing the world, ending wars, and so I've gone to bed with guilt, knowing I failed. I failed to get the answers to those people who could actually do it. I failed to get the solutions to others. I failed to communicate properly again today, just with people who God brought into my life. But tomorrow, brothers and sisters, tomorrow's a new day. It was after some encouragement and cajoling that maybe some peer pressure that got me to flip this stream live and bring it back to my channel. So for those who did offer the encouragement, and for me to stay loyal to those of you who are tuned in for this, thank you. Tomorrow's a new day. If Moose follows through with his words and creates an opportunity for a conversation like he claimed was available, I'm not chasing anymore. But if a conversation is available and we talk and things appear straight, maybe we'll be back tomorrow night as partners. But other than that, I plan to be back as me alone, one way or another, tomorrow evening, maybe 5:30 to 5:30. Schedule may change now too. If I'm freed up and don't have somebody to worry about, someone else, I may find out the most comfortable time for me and you, those who are loyal and staying tuned. Anyway, thank you, brothers and sisters. Ooh, I just saw member 32, love is the answer. Praise be. Thank you, brothers and sisters, all those who joined and tuned in to the experience of me today. Thank you for sharing it. Have a beautiful evening. Peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless.